morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Sir Meerkat, and welcome back to the Moto Meerkat channel, and welcome back to another episode of the ChatterBox podcast. Now, in the last episode, I had a fantastic chat with Mr. Sim Dane, and it's quickly risen to be the most viewed episode of my ChatterBox podcast. So I hugely appreciate all the support that you guys gave on that video from last week, and I welcome to the channel any new subscribers that might have come over from the Sim Dane channel. Thank you for jumping over, and I hope you enjoy your stay over here with all the rest of the Meerkats. As we know, Emil is one of the, if not the best Formula 1 rapper on all of YouTube, so it was great to finally chat to him and get stuck in to know him a bit more as a person, on a personal level, and I hope we can do the same today with today's guest. Now, he shows his face a little bit more than Sim Dane does, but still does prefer the audio-based videos on YouTube, so this might be the first time you've seen his face, I'm not too sure. Now, he shot to relative fame relatively recently, going from 1.2 thousand subscribers on the 21st of September to 14.2 thousand subscribers on the 11th of October. So a big welcome to JWF1. How are you doing today, mate?
Hello, mate. So yeah, I mean, as you say, like I kind of blew up really recently on YouTube, which is something completely new to me. Like I usually get the odd comment, and like I made a video and it gets like maybe 100 views, and I'm like, yeah, that video's done really well. Yeah. And now like I upload videos and they get thousands of views, and it's still a very new thing to me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and as you mentioned, this might be the first time that people will have seen my face, and I know for a fact that this is the first time that people have seen me with glasses on. So yeah.
Ooh, he's wearing the glasses today, is he?
Yeah,
and you don't look.
Had them for ages,
sure you look
but I just don't wear them on. I don't wear them on YouTube. I don't know why, but there you go. I can see with them at least, which is nice.
You're joining the glasses crew over here, the YouTube glasses crew. Mm-hmm. We're welcoming you, mate. We're welcoming you. But no, I'm sure they look great, mate. So I'm not gonna lie, mate. I don't actually remember how we met. I was thinking about this last night while I was writing the script. I don't remember how we first started talking. Do you remember?
I genuinely cannot remember.
Absolutely no idea. I was hoping we... Sorry, carry on.
I'm trying to wrap my brain now. I think it might have been like you commented something on one of my videos like really early on.
Yeah. I feel like that might have been, because I feel like I remember coming across your channel and seeing it and being like, okay, this guy, like, he's good at making, like, this guy's gonna be, you know how you have so many people talking to you. I'm sure you do now. Now you're almost 15k subscribers. People messaging you, trying to show you their videos, trying to show you their mates' videos, like that sort of thing. And I remember seeing yours and going, okay, this guy's very good at this. He's gonna be going places. And there you go, the YouTube predictor over here, Moto Meerkat.
Yeah.
But mate, yeah, you've done amazingly well. But I don't know how we met, but since we did meet, you've done extremely well. So well done to you, mate.
Thank you.
But yeah, we became, I don't know how we met, but we became relatively friendly together during the Moto Meerkat World Series, which is like a little, if people don't know, was a little sort of sim racing competition that I did on my channel where I was the commentator, had loads of people get involved and do racing, and you were one of the people racing in it. You were in the Bentley Continental, or the boat, realistically. It was basically a boat out there on track, and you had a valiant effort. The main thing I remember, mate, was that Catalunya at the race. I can't remember who you were battling with. I can't remember who you were battling with, but there was a massive crash. If you guys go back and watch my highlights on my channel, you could see a huge crash from JWF1. How did you find the Moto Meerkat World Series, mate? Did you enjoy it?
Well, yeah, that was actually the first time I'd ever done any league racing at all. So before that, I'd had the game and I'd just done the occasional race, and I'd been, I mean, decent. I'd got a couple of wins just on the game, but nothing serious. And yeah, as you say, that moment at Spain, that was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. I think I was behind F1E reviews,
right?
Which was even worse. I was trying to prove that I was a better YouTuber, and then I just got behind him. I don't exactly know what happened, but I just dropped it behind him. It was just so bad.
Oh, the battle of the YouTubers, and you didn't come out victorious there, mate.
Yeah.
Sadly.
I had such a good setup as well. Like, I thought that was a race-winning kind of setup, but apparently not.
All the effort into the setup and then goes and drops it. Wait, that's so depressing. I was going to say, you did pretty well in that series. So I would just assume that you'd probably done some sort of sim racing and stuff before, but fair play. That's your first time out. I do rate that. Have you got a sort of, like, sim setup at all, or is it just relatively basic? What are we looking at?
So I've got a Logitech G920, so pretty similar to yours.
Nice.
I think you've got a G27.
I do indeed,
and
yeah.
I've got it bolted to the world's most unstable table. That is a very great rhyme. It literally, like, I brake, and for some reason I naturally pull the wheel back towards me, and I move the table every single time. It's so annoying. But then I've got the pedals. They're on the floor using a little carpet grip, and they are pushed up against a guitar amp for some reason. And then the seat I'm sitting on is a wheelie chair with all of the wheels turned sideways in a bid to make it not move as far back when I brake, which doesn't work.
Yeah, have you had any times where you press the brake and you've just gone flying backwards?
Yeah, I have actually done that. I almost fell off my chair the other day by doing that.
Really? Oh, that's hilarious, mate. Maybe you should start to get the YouTube monies rolling in now. You may be able to invest in a chair that doesn't move while you're sim racing.
Oh, I don't know. Is it worth
Can we
it?
push the
will
boat
it
out on
actually
that?
make me quicker? That's the
I
thing,
reckon that's at least half a tenth there, mate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so that was your first like sort of sim racing experience. But yeah, you said you'd had the game before. I'm assuming that Project Cars 2 wasn't your first game. Did you start playing racing games from like when you were a kid, or is that quite a relatively recent thing that you've been doing?
So actually, this goes back all the way to when I was about 3, and the first racing game I ever had was, of course, Mario Kart Wii.
Nice.
And I was god tier at that game, and somehow I still am.
Everyone claims they're god tier. So
no, but honestly, I am actually god tier. Like people say people say they're good, but I could beat a professional easy. But yeah, from then I'm pretty sure I got like Cars 2. I think I got the video game of that again on the Wii. So very very realistic and
top tier sim racing games. These, yeah.
Yeah, I think I also had F1 2009 on the Wii, which was just as realistic.
Banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, and then I got an Xbox like a couple of years ago, and then I kind of started taking racing games a bit more seriously, and so that's when I got like not super serious games, like I got Forza Horizon and like Forza Motorsport and stuff. And then like a couple of years ago, I got F1 2018, and that was the first like serious racing game that I'd got, and I was awful. Like I crashed at every single race. But yeah, from then, I don't know why, I just fell in love with that F1 game, and ever since I've just liked the kind of more competitive kind of racing.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, a lot of people getting into the Formula One sort of sim racing scene at the moment. So maybe we'll see you up there with like Danny Beresne and whatnot in the esports series sometime soon, mate.
No, unlikely.
Is that a bit too optimistic there?
That's very optimistic.
Hey, you never know, mate. Hold out. Maybe you'll get in the esports series with the drivers next time instead. Show your face in there.
Yeah,
that'll be good to see.
Yeah,
that'll be perfect. So, would you have say that the racing games were sort of what brought your passion into motorsport, or was it the other way around? Did you already have a passion for motorsport before you started getting into the games, and what was it that caused that passion to sort of be lit inside of you?
So the first time I really felt that kind of passion with motorsport was actually watching the 2017 Mexican Grand Prix, which I believe was like one of the last races that was freely available. I think it was on like Channel 4 or ITV or something. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, but that specific race just like captivated me. And so from the like pre-season testing in 2018, I've watched every single session for an F1 race as long as I've been available. I've not been able to watch an F1 race. So I reckon I've watched out of the last, how many races has it been? It's been like 52, I want to say. And yeah, I've watched a solid 40 of them live. So nice. Yeah, it was I think from that Mexican Grand Prix, I then wanted to take part in more kind of racing games. So then I bought Forza Motorsport 7. I think I got it on a special offer. It was I got the full everything edition. It was like £50, and I thought that was an amazing deal at the time.
That's pretty solid.
It's £20 now, but
No.
Yeah. Great deal. Great money thinking from me. But yeah, I think from that Mexican Grand Prix, I've just fell in love with everything about motorsport. I mean, especially F1, but all motorsport in general.
Yeah. Was there something? Why did you watch that 2017 race? It was just because it was free and you had some time and it was just there, sort of thing, or?
Yeah, no, I just turned the TV on and I think I only saw like the last 5 laps or so, and I couldn't turn it off, because usually I'd look through a bit of F1 and if there hadn't been a crash then I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
But like this time, I don't know why, but I was just really, really, really interested into it, and I can't explain to you why. I just was. And yeah, I mean, I'm lucky I just turned the TV on at that moment, I guess.
Some sort of divine intervention going on there then. Got you involved in it.
You could say.
Now it's paved the way. I'm surprised. I think you're probably like one of the few people that's in like the motorsport media sphere that like just got into it randomly. Because most people I know had like their parents loved it or their mates loved it or something that made them get involved. But you were just a wild, just going wild and just getting in there yourself. So that's cool, man. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, no, all of my family hate motorsport except me. So.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so I have to go into a different room to watch F1, which is very antisocial. But
oh, that's so depressing.
I mean, got to make sacrifices.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You got to do what you got to do what you got to do to get that motorsport fix.
Indeed.
So, how come the passion sort of started with that first race in 2017, so a few years ago, but not crazy. Has that passion turned into any... Obviously, we know you've now got into some like sim racing stuff. Have you ever been actually doing stuff in real life yet? Doing any karting or anything of that sort?
I mean, the most seriously I've ever taken karting is just going hire karting to places. And I was really surprised. Like, the first time I went after... So I went ages ago. I think it was in, like, year 4. So I must have been, 7, 8.
That's really young, yeah.
I was awful. Like, I spun at every corner because I couldn't grasp the concept of don't press both pedals at the same time.
Nice.
So, yeah, and then I hadn't done karting.
Child, yeah.
Mm-hmm, yep. Always thinking I was right. I still do, but...
Yep.
Yeah, and then from... I don't know, I think maybe 2017 again, I went karting with a friend for a party in... I think it was another kind of indoor thing. So again, not that serious, but then somehow out of nowhere, I was first in every session and I don't know why. But yeah, I guess I just actually listened once, which is fun.
There you go. Yeah, suddenly just from watching, you gain like many, I mean, that is quite a few years of difference. You probably matured a little bit from when you were about 8 years old to 2017, hopefully, at least.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't count that out. Maybe, I don't know, you're 15 now, going on 16, right? Doing GCSEs at the moment?
No, I turned 15 in July this year, so I'm one of the youngest in my school year.
So you're a young boy in your year. Okay, gotcha. So do you reckon maybe if you go on to uni, maybe you'll do like the British University's karting championship that I'm in at the moment?
Absolutely, that's the goal. I want to do something way more like serious than just showing up to team sport or wherever and just occasionally being faster than some adults who've never sat in a kart before.
Yeah, it's not the best feeling. It's cool being on the leaderboard, but then when you look over at your competition, it's like a 50-year-old bloke with a 40-inch stomach. You're like, not that impressive. But mate, yeah, you should definitely get involved with the BUKC when you get into university, because I think you'd really enjoy that.
Yeah,
it would be really good.
Yeah, as I say, I'd like to take something seriously. And for a while, I had my heart set on F1, but I mean, obviously, I'm 15 now, and I'd have to be Nicholas Latifi to get in based on merit.
Yeah.
Or so Williams say. But yeah, I mean, I still want to do some kind of competitive motorsport, whether or not that is just karting or maybe doing some GT racing or something. I don't mind. I just want to do something competitively at some point in my life.
Yeah, that would be so sick if you could do GT racing. The vlogs of you doing GT racing would be so cool. So cool.
Yeah. Well, it would bring back some MMWS memories. Possibly not some happy ones.
No, don't be bidding it in Catalonia in real life, mate. That'd be a lot more painful. A lot more painful. Yeah, but
expensive.
I mean, and a lot more. Yeah, don't even think about that. Jesus Christ. Hopefully, you've got Nicholas Latifi money by then, so then the expense doesn't matter. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're not quite at uni yet. I mean, you don't want to be going to uni at this time anyway, because it's so bad under COVID, mate. Honestly, just don't bother at the moment. You've got a few years yet now, so you're fine. Hopefully, it should be out of the water, all gone by then, if we don't have to deal with it.
Well, but I mean, with the way the government's handling it at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if it's still around. But
oh my god,
hopefully
don't say
it's
that.
more under control. That's because I mean, I'm going to uni in what, like, providing I get in at like 4 years, 3 maybe. I can't 3. So
I'm holding out for, like, it's got to be done in the next year, please. Hopefully. Oh my god. But yeah, okay.
It better be.
So
I've got tickets to the British Grand Prix.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully it's done by then. Yeah, I'd love to go to that and see and like meet up with all you boys. I'll see you there. See Tomo there. See bloody everyone. That'll be brilliant. That'll be great fun. Hopefully that we're a lot of fans there. But yeah. We'll see. But so yeah, you can't go to you're not going to uni yet at the moment. You're currently 15. Going to start doing your GCSEs. How are you feeling on that, mate? Are you getting a little bit nervous already? It must be a bit weird having to do everything during the COVID time as well. Is there anything really different, or is it pretty standard at the moment?
So with school, we've got loads of COVID measures and stuff, so we don't really interact with other years at all, which is, I mean, fine by me.
I mean, yeah, you didn't really do that anyway. I remember in school, so.
But like, it's kind of annoying because they release all the younger children to walk home first, so I end up catching them anyway. But yeah, like with the education kind of thing, it's pretty similar. I mean, yeah, you got to wear masks in corridors and stuff like that, but you're still getting the same learning. But the only thing that is bothering me is the fact that Scotland have now cancelled their equivalent of GCSEs, and that could be foreshadowing cancelling this year's GCSEs for me. But if they do, I've got some pretty high predictions, so I'm not entirely bothered.
That's fine then. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't.
You're
I just don't want to be
that
the.
Has some good predictions then.
Yeah, I just don't want to be the year that people think as like the one that got the easy stuff. Like we only really learnt up to halfway through year 10, so.
Yeah. I'm not sure how in future. It's like everything's so unknown at the moment, isn't it? I'm not sure how jobs are going to view that. Because, I mean, yeah, you have worked hard to get those predictions, but then equally there's a lot of people, like, I would have been so fucked, mate. I had, for GCSEs, I was predicted 5 Cs and 5 Ds for my grades. And I got 1 A star, 4 As, 4 Bs and a C.
Oh, big flex.
So, yeah, flexing. I mean, they're not that great results, but they're bloody hell a lot better than I predicted. I would have never stayed at the school I wanted. I would never gone to the uni I wanted if there had been COVID when I was that age. So I can only say that I'm super grateful that it didn't happen for me. But I mean, if you have some good predicted, then realistically, I mean, you're probably hoping that it does cancel it, to be honest, because I mean, the stress of doing them and then, or just being able to get the result and not have any of that stress is kind of a positive.
Yeah, I mean, of course it would be nice, but we've just done our first like sets of mock exams, so if those mock exams were bad for me, then that means that that's what they've got to go on with my GCSEs. So, like, I don't know. If once I get my mock exams back, I'll know what I want, and I can just pressure the government into doing whatever. Because obviously, with my newfound fame, I can just pressure anyone into doing what I want.
Exactly. You got so much power now. Yeah, you could just say you could just say now to your teachers, look, I don't need to sit these GCSEs. I've got 15,000 YouTube subscribers. Just give me the A's. And there won't be any problems here.
Exactly.
Perfect way to sort it. But yeah, mate, good luck with whatever happens. Hopefully your mocks go okay. And hopefully, I mean, if they go okay, hopefully you don't have to do the real things. And then no stress. That'll be easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever happens. We're in such a weird time now that, yeah, just hopefully whatever happens is good for you, bud. But yeah, alongside of your studies, you've got all that going on. Now, you haven't done a huge amount of karting. You've done, as you said, like arrive and drives and stuff like that. But you are very, very much into another sport, aren't you? I believe you're very into cricket.
I am, yes.
I had, obviously with the Moto Meerkat World Series, the only time that you would ever not turn up to a race was because you were doing cricket. So it's clearly high up on your agenda.
It very much is.
Yeah, when did you start playing cricket? Was it a really young thing? Are you very good at cricket? What's going on with that?
Well, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but if I look over there, there's several cricket awards up on my shelf.
It's okay to blow your own horn sometimes, mate.
Yeah, of course. But like I've been playing cricket since like I think year 4 as well. So it must have been 2015, 14, something like that. So yeah, I've been doing it a while, and yeah, it's always been my favourite sport. Like I used to play it in the back garden, or maybe just go to the beach some days, bring a plastic cricket bat. So yeah, I've always enjoyed playing it like recreationally, but since 2016 I played for a club, and I'm taking it way more seriously than I used to now. So I think
what club do you play for?
I play for Ascot Cricket Club, which yeah, very fancy.
Sounds very fancy.
In the shadow of Ascot Racecourse, actually. So it's a very nice ground.
Cool. Yeah, that must look amazing. I can imagine.
Yeah, it's a nice place. The ground is horrible, but it's nice to just look while you're batting and missing everything like I do.
Just watch the views instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say about batting there? Are you more of a batter or a bowler?
Definitely not a batter. So bowler.
Okay. Okay.
I look kind of strange when I'm bowling. I don't know if you're able to put a picture up for all of your viewers. There's a picture of me pulling a Jeremy Clarkson style face while letting go of the ball.
I think I remember seeing this.
Yeah.
A beautiful photo, may I say.
It's just intimidation, isn't it? Like
exactly.
If people see that running up at them, then they're just going to run away.
They just run away from the wicket, just off the pitch.
Get away from this guy.
Just get away from him. Oh my god. So yeah, if you're a bowler, then are you a spin bowler, fast bowler? What are we talking?
Well, we're not talking fast, but we're not talking spin. So I am.
Okay.
I'm trying to bowl fast.
Gotcha.
Again, that's up for debate, but not. Yeah. I'm not bowling spin. So.
Yeah, I always used to bowl fast bowler when I did cricket, but I stopped when I was like 13 or 14, I think. Like just as everyone started to mature and get muscles and everything, and I was still very short and timid, and I just was not going to be out there getting a ball chucked at me at like 100 miles an hour. So I canned it at that age because I didn't have the bottle. It was too scary, and I saw my mate get like very hurt by a cricket ball. Not very hurt, but just like it's the biggest bruise I've ever seen in my entire life. Like the cricket ball hit him like so fast while the guy was bowling and he was batting, and the entire top of his leg just went blue from it.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, it looked horrendously painful. After that, I was just like, I think I'm probably out on this, to be honest.
Fair enough. Don't blame me, to be fair.
Yeah, it's whatever. So you've been playing for Ascot. Have you had any sort of standout performances yet? Any fantastic moments that you remember?
Well, I mean, my claim to fame is my team have never won without me on the side. So
wow.
Every time I'm not playing, they don't win. And I don't. Maybe it's just because I'm good at encouraging people to do well, or maybe I'm just the best player in the world.
I mean, yeah, you love chatting shit on YouTube, so I can imagine that you love chatting shit on a football pitch, on a cricket pitch as well.
Oh.
So you're just out there just shouting to everyone.
Yeah, no, I tend to be nice and respectful in cricket,
yeah.
unless I'm the umpire, and then I'll be as horrible as I like.
You get to be the umpire? Isn't that a bit unfair if your team's playing and you're the umpire?
Yes, yeah, it's very unfair. But
okay.
this is in men's cricket, so right. There's no real rules, especially on a Sunday. Like if it looks pretty out, it's not out.
Right. Okay. You're just yeah. So it's as I said, it's kind of like Sunday league footballing, where they just get like their mate onto referee then, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice. No, that's good. That's the perfect level of sport, really. You have the most fun at those kind of levels.
Yeah. If I took it any more seriously, then I'd get bored.
Do you reckon you'll carry on doing cricket any further than you are now, going up into the sort of the adults team of Ascot, or maybe moving up into professional cricketing?
I would never be able to be professional, I don't think, because I mean there's always going to be someone that's a bit better than you, and that is the case with like the whole world. But like, I mean, I plan on taking cricket as far as I can, just playing for a club, so not taking it seriously. But I mean, I started playing cricket because of my dad, who's played cricket right up until he was 50. So wow. I mean, that's the goal. Just not take it professionally, but just enjoy it.
Yeah, keep it as like a fun thing on the side, just to do sort of letting your hair down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's nice, man. That's nice. But yeah, enough about grass and about balls. Don't want to talk about those anymore. We are here to talk about race cars and YouTube, and that is exactly what we'll be talking about in the second half of this podcast. So don't go anywhere, as me and JWF1 will be getting stuck in to all of that. So I'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to another episode of the ChatterBox podcast. I'm still your host, Sir Meerkat, and I'm still joined here today by Mr. John Warren, or JWF1, as you know, looking very lovely in his glasses today, isn't he? Isn't he, everyone? Come on, leave a comment down below saying how great JW's glasses look today. You've got to do it.
Yeah, inspire my confidence.
You've got to do it. Now, I stated at the end of part 1 of this podcast that everyone around these parts likes race cars, likes YouTube videos. I know you're also someone that's fallen in love with these passions as well. But has it always been motorsport that you've wanted to sort of focus your creative endeavours on? Or were there other things before it? Did motorsport just sort of happily and easily fall into place as that creative endeavour? Or what was it?
So for I've always liked making videos and stuff, like whether or not it was for YouTube or not, I don't know why, but that's just something that I enjoy. But yeah, before I was doing what I do now, I made like the occasional YouTube video. I think I made my first YouTube video in year 6, and it was the cringiest thing I've ever seen. I think I made a video called Eating a Biscuit, and as the title insinuates, it was literally a 30-second video of me eating a malted milk biscuit.
That's some top tier content.
I could not tell you why, but honestly, I thought that was funny at the time. But yeah, then more recently, I think just a year ago, maybe a touch more, I made a video. It was on Forza, actually, so it was kind of more motorsport related. And yeah, so that channel is now called JWF1 Mark II, but originally it was just called JW Racing. And I made the channel logo for that on like Photoshop for my phone. So yeah, nice. It was a pretty bad channel, if I'm honest. But yeah, I think from there that's where I got the JWF1 name from. Because I saw, like, I had this kind of, the JW thing going, and the way that I used to have my logo with the slanted bits for the W that weren't joined up, that was originally a feature of that first channel art, and I just kind of evolved it into something that was actually good. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, nice. that's where it started. So, yeah, it has basically always been motorsport, or car-related.
No, that's cool. It's good that you have like a passion that links in with it, because all my old videos are just all over the shop, mate, of doing all sorts of stuff. But yeah, you were saying about you've had that old channel. I'm assuming that the malted milk video wasn't on the JWF1 Mark II, was it? Was that on a different channel?
That was on a channel I made. I think it was called Arctic 458, which is
that was your old gamer
the
tag.
Username I had on Xbox before I changed it halfway through MMWS.
Gotcha. That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. And yeah, that name came around from a name of one of my sister's stuffed animals called Arctic, and just my favourite car at the time, which was the Ferrari 458. And yeah, I mean, it didn't really mean anything to me, but I think I think that name originally came from like Clash of Clans or something, when people still played that. And I had to choose a username, and that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, fair play. Is that channel still live at all with the malted milk video? Because I mean, I think everyone wants to see that.
I believe I took it down. I'd have to do a quick check of YouTube, but no, I'm
see if I can do a quick
sure.
check and download it before you delete it if it hasn't.
Yeah.
So that video needs to be seen by the world.
Honestly, if I can find it, I'll send it to you.
That would be incredible.
I've got a feeling I deleted it or
Yeah.
put it somewhere where no one will ever find it.
Yeah, that's the same as what I did with all my old videos, and I'm so sad that I did that, because they'd be so funny to look back on and laugh on. It's so funny. But yeah, so yeah, you've had some other content creation, some slightly worse content in Molten Milk Eating. Not that much worse.
You could say that, yeah.
But yeah, so before the JWF1 actual channel creation, I did look it up. It was on February the 1st, 2020. So that was literally 4 days after I'd made my first video. So we were super close in channel creation, mate. But before you actually decided to make the channel and start making proper, say, motorsport content, were you watching motorsport content before that? Who exactly were you watching on YouTube that got you inspired to do that?
So the two motorsport content creators that I was watching at the time when I created the channel, one of them was Tomo F1.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, will come as no surprise to you. And the other one was Aldas. So those two, obviously, they'd been doing it, and they've been doing the kind of content that we've come to expect from, like, F1 YouTube. And I saw them, and I just kind of thought, yeah, this is something I could give a go, and there's not many people doing this right now, so I'll just see what I can do.
Yeah, but fair enough. I thought you were going to say Josh Revel, I'm not going to lie.
No, I hadn't come across Josh Revel until, like, it must have been, like, maybe just, so I released that Formula E video ages ago, that probably the most disliked video on my channel,
Really?
Which will come as no surprise. But yeah, I think I got a comment on that video and it said, your style really reminds me of Josh Revel. And from then, I went and searched up Josh Revel and I was like, oh, it is a bit similar. That's not really my fault, but yeah, I can see why people think that. And yeah.
I mean, it clearly works as a video style. He's got 100 and whatever thousand subscribers, so it's clearly a very engaging style of producing videos. So yeah, you clearly weren't copying him. There are still quite a lot of differences in your video production, and the fact that you have a nice British accent and not the Kiwi whateverness that Josh has.
Oh dear, unbelievable. I can't believe anyone would even bother listening to that. It's honestly so disgusting.
Absolutely. Just drone on. That only the British are allowed to create content about Formula 1. I think this should be a rule that we put in place, that only British accents. We're only joking, Josh. Yeah. We love you. We love you, really. So yeah, you took inspiration from Tomo, from Aldas, and you thought, this is something I can do. Why not? So your first video, I'm not sure, obviously it's the first one that's live on your channel. I'm not sure if it was actually your first video ever, but it's how did Lando Norris get to F1? Now that has 62,000 views. Did it really bang that quickly? Because you were saying that you were just sort of getting used to being like, oh yeah, 100 views, that's fantastic. I mean, that's about where I am at the moment, mate. But yeah, 100 views, that's great. That one's got 62,000 and that's your first one. I'm assuming that, did that sort of start to increase as your channel began to increase as well? Or was that before that? Or how did that one blow up so much?
So this one in particular, I mean, it was probably the worst video I've ever put on that channel. I mean, I sound like I was about 5 in it. And I'm pretty sure the whole video was in 720p. Oh, thanks.
No worries.
But yeah, from that video being uploaded, I think it got its first 1,000 views from the 6th of February, which is when it was uploaded, I believe, to the 27th of April. And in that time, it had gained 1,000 views, and I was like, wow, 1,000 views in a video, that's really cool. And then on that same day, on the 27th of April, it got 1,000 views, and then somehow something in the YouTube algorithm thought, okay, let's show this to a few more people. So on the 27th of April, it went from 1,000 views to 3,000 views, which was mental for me.
Yeah, that's mad.
Especially at the time, like I had, maybe 20 or less subscribers? So that was mad. And then I gained like 50 subscribers on that day, and I was like, wow, is this the beginning of something really, really special? So yeah, from then I think I spent like a few weeks gaining a lot of views on that particular video. And yeah, I think that brought me from 20 subscribers to about 500, something like that. So yeah, it was a decent 4 weeks or so. But yeah, from then I started to take it much more seriously because I think I'd only uploaded like 3 or 4 videos up until that point in time. But from then I was like, oh, okay, if I upload a video, yes, it might not get views straight away, but it might get views in the future. So I had more kind of drive to make videos. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, from that 500 subscribers, I kind of slowly climbed my way up to 1,000, which happened on the 30th of July. But yeah, that video has kind of tailed off now, but it did gain another 10,000 views thanks to everything that's happened recently. But if I'm honest, I really don't want people to watch it. It's genuinely that bad.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. And the opening sequence when I go Lando Norris, that bit, the words that come up on screen, I had to make them in PowerPoint. So. Yeah, I took screenshots from a PowerPoint presentation I specifically made for that video and put them really badly edited together on my phone, and I edited the whole thing in iMovie. But yeah, that was a very strange way to start. But yeah,
I mean,
that's
at least that's sort of some positive for anyone out there that's attempting to make their first video and going, I don't have all this fancy equipment, I don't have this editing software. You can get a video with 60,000+ views that was edited on iMovie. The text was taken from PowerPoint. It's all about how you put it together and how much the YouTube algorithm really likes it. So there you go, mate. But yeah, solid effort with that first one. And also, can I just mention, oh my god, I remember when you messaged me saying that the algorithm had like picked up the video and it had got loads more views. That was in April. Oh my god.
There you go.
Mate, that is so long ago. Oh my god. But it literally feels like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months, maybe. Jesus Christ.
Well, it was 6 months ago.
COVID months are just like so much faster than the rest of them because they're just gone, and then every month merges with the next month, and then oh my goodness. Let's not dwell on that. I'm just going to get depressed while we're filming a podcast. That's not the best thing to do. So yeah, we had that first video. As you said, it sort of didn't do great and then did well and picked up and then didn't do great and then picked up again. But with these first videos, how did you decide what content you were going to put out? Are you, because I know there's usually sort of two types of people with making videos. Are you the sort of person to think, oh, that would be a great title for a video and then make the video from there? Or do you make the video and then pick out the title after that?
I kind of do a bit of both, actually. So sometimes when I'm planning a video, I'm like, right, I'm going to make a video on, I don't know, Lando Norris. And so I'll write at the top of the script that I write, Lando Norris. And then I will start writing the script. And then I'm like, oh, what would be a good title for this video? Oh, I know, how did Lando Norris get to F1? But yeah, sometimes I think of the title and I'm like, how can I write a script for this title? So it just entirely depends on how I'm feeling, and because obviously a title for me is quite easy to think of, providing I have the video idea. But writing the script is actually the longest part of making my videos, because I like to write it and then rewrite it and just make sure it's absolutely perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a good way to deal with it. I mean, perfection is always the best, and JW, your videos are always perfection, I can say. So always love them. But yeah, as I said at the start of the podcast, your channel has suddenly boomed. You've gained 13,000 subscribers in 19 days. Mate, that's mental. That is honestly crazy. So well done, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've only got one person to thank for that, and that's, of course, Josh Revel, because he went on my video and I said featuring Josh Revel in the title, and then, but as if by magic, the video got like 160,000 views. So there's a hint. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just some quirk in the YouTube algorithm, or maybe it's just luck completely. But I don't know.
I was going to say because you released that video. I was going to ask of sort of if you knew that there was a catalyst for that growth. Was it simply just the Josh Revel thing? Because I feel like although that video was increasing quite a bit, there were lots of videos on your channel that were increasing at a relatively similar pace. So possibly it was just that the Josh Revel video started taking off a bit, and then the YouTube algorithm went, hey ho, this channel's looking great. Let's bump up all the rest of the ones as well. So maybe maybe that's what went on, but I don't know. Yeah, have you got any more takes on that sort of situation?
Honestly,
of what happened?
If I knew, I would tell you, but not a clue. But yeah, I do get what you mean. Like the Josh Revel video got loads of views, but then simultaneously, loads of videos that I'd made ages ago got like a similar amount of views. So yeah, maybe it is just luck, but honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube can just be bloody random at times, can't it? It can be very frustrating when it's not going your way, but then when it does, bloody hell, it feels great. So, yeah, it's fantastic for you, mate. I'm glad it's going well. Now, I was looking at your social blade there. You've had that sudden explosion from that video, and it's sort of trickling back down to more normal numbers now, but you're still growing at a much faster rate than you were before. I think you're still at sort of 100 or 200 subscribers a day, which is sick. So, have you got any big plans for the channel in the future? Have you got anything coming up that you can maybe sort of tease and say you should go over to the JWF1 channel because I'm going to be doing all this?
Again, if I had any ideas, I would tease them now, but honestly, I'm clueless. I don't know what to make a video on at the moment because I like to keep it not very topical so that you can just find the video whenever.
Exactly. Best thing to do, yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it can be a tough one, can't it? To actually have, you can sometimes find that you have a bit of a creative block at times. You're just like, I really don't know what I'm gonna do, but something will come to you, mate. Something will come to you, and it will be brilliant, and then you'll make it, and it will just bang. I can see it.
Maybe.
I'm sure it will, mate. I'm sure it will. But yeah, that's what. Do you remember what you were doing when the sort of the video blew up? Was it sort of quite an instant thing after you uploaded that Josh Revel video, or was it a sort of over a longer time period? Was it like literally within like an hour of the upload, or was it over a couple of days, or what?
So with the Josh Revel video, it was my best performing video on the channel, but only by like 100 views or so. For the first week of it being out, but then like after a week, it wasn't like a very sudden thing. It just kind of what's the word? Exponential. That's it. So yeah, it went from like 1,000 views or so on the first week, and then it just went straight up to like maybe 30,000, and at its peak it was getting like 100,000 views per 48 hours, but that obviously only happened for two days. But yeah, that was it was a fun thing, and obviously because it didn't happen straight like in an instant, I couldn't tell you where I was, but I can tell you where I was for the Lando Norris video, because that was a sudden thing, and I was cooking some baked beans.
Wow, what an incredible story there. Stirring the baked beans and suddenly you're blowing up on YouTube.
Where were you when JWF1 blew up on YouTube? Baked beans.
Oh mate, that's incredible. That is incredible. Love that in the title. JWF1 blows up while making beans. Oh mate, that's funny.
What a great title.
Perfect. That's gonna get all the views to this podcast.
Of course. But that sounds like a really, really bad clickbait title. Like, it sounds like I'm actually gonna explode.
It's whatever is the opposite of clickbait.
You know when you come across those videos that are obviously it's like when you come across those videos that are so plainly intended for like 5 or 6 year olds, and it's just like OMG, KSI found dead. And it couldn't be any less believable, but I bet you this clickbait title is going to get all the views.
Perfect.
JWF1 blows up while making beans.
Hey, oh my goodness. Oh Jesus. But yeah, mate, that's fantastic. That's hilarious. Thank you very much for having a chat with me today. But we're not done there. That's all the questions that are from me. However, the fans have chimed in over on Instagram and on Twitter wanting to know all about you as well. So I want to say before we jump into it, thank you anyone that got involved over on Instagram and Twitter. The links to both of mine are down in the description, so you can get involved with asking questions to any future guests that we have on. But JW, are you ready to jump into the fan questions for today?
I am indeed. Go on then.
Okay. We'll start off with at FLGCJ2005 on Instagram. He asked, who is JW's favourite F1 driver and why does he support them?
Well, at the moment, I'm kind of 50-50. Like, I want to say my favourite is Lando Norris, but I also really like Lance Stroll. And the reason I like Lance Stroll, I know, controversial, but the reason I like him is because he gets so much hate. But as you may have seen in my latest video, I believe he's actually a much better driver than people think he is. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's why I like him. And as for Lando Norris, I like him because, I mean, everyone else does.
Yeah.
He's just a likable person. And I followed his junior career, unlike quite a lot of people. So I kind of knew what he was about when he came into F1. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
It'd be fitting as well, considering you made the first video on him, and then that sparked the whole channel, I guess. So
exactly. So at the time, he was my absolute favourite driver with no competition. So hence why I made the video. I mean, it could have been titled, "How did Robert Kubica get to F1?" But that wouldn't have got many views.
Yeah, you're not Sim Dane, so you can't make the Kubica thing work. I mean, you could try the accent, but
I can't even remember what he sounds like, so I don't think I could.
Just Robert Kubica. You gotta get that European twang at the end of it, the Eastern European twang.
Robert Kubica.
Oh, get out! Let's leave the Robert Kubica to the Sim Dane. He can have him. You can stick with Norris and Stroll there. But yeah, well, hopefully your love for Stroll will get larger over time. But I mean, he couldn't even race today. We're recording this at the same day as the Eiffel GP, and he was too busy sitting on the toilet, so Hulk had to jump in for him.
Lad.
So
Poor lad. But yeah, Hulkenberg got some decent points, so
yeah, he did a very
happy for him there.
Very solid effort. Yeah, very solid effort. But we'll move on to the second question from @Mired Hermia on Instagram. They said, "Can Vettel win that elusive fifth world title with Aston Martin?"
I really want to say yes, but I'm going to have to say no, because I don't think Aston Martin, because at the moment what they're doing is obviously taking influence from Mercedes, and you're not going to beat someone by being them. You have to beat them by doing something different and figuring out that it's way better. So, yeah, but as for Vettel, I think he's going to thrive in Aston Martin just because the Ferrari car is an absolute dog, and it's obviously built for Leclerc, who I've heard him say he likes a more loose car, and as we've seen, Vettel isn't very keen to a car that likes to spin. So I don't know. I want him to win another world championship. Another person to go past 5 and equal Fangio's record would be nice, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. It would be, as you say, it would be great to see, but we've got to be sort of pessimistic. Although, I have got a sort of counter-argument with you on that, on the fact of the copying Mercedes thing. Completely agree, you can't beat someone by copying them. However, maybe they're just copying them for the 2020-2021, so that then they're able to put all of their resources into building up this 2022 car, and then that's right at the front of the grid for Seb and whoever's with him. Well, probably Lance Stroll.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really hope you're right with that one, because that sounds actually like a very plausible theory.
Let's see. Hopefully, we can only pray. We can only pray, that Seb doesn't have any more spinalas with Aston Martin, because that wouldn't really wouldn't be good. But so for the third question, Mike, beautiful Mike from the F1 Fanatics channel, has chimed in on Twitter. He said, "Why did you decide to go for yellow as your main feature colour on the channel? And which has been the best yellow F1 car in history, in your opinion?"
Oh, that's actually a decent question.
I thought so too, that's why I included it.
Well, of course. I'll start with my favourite yellow F1 car, and I've got to say the 2000s Jordan, I don't know why. I think the mouth painted on the front and the very, very angry,
Hornets,
bright yellow, buzzing Hornets, Benson and Hedges, whatever they're going to call it at this point. But yeah, I think that worked really, really well with the black. So yeah, that's got to be the best looking yellow F1 car. And I mean, it got a couple of decent results. It was hardly a championship winning car, but it was driven by some decent drivers. And yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't have the privilege of being alive to watch it.
Yeah.
But I have had the privilege of standing next to it and sitting in it. Ooh, so
that's cool.
Can confirm, not comfortable.
Oh, okay. Did you need a bit of a booster seat for that one, mate?
No, I'm 6 foot, so.
No way are
I'm
you
a
6
big
foot.
boy. I am 6 foot.
You,
6 foot
that's
0.
You do not. Oh wow! I'm really amazed by that. I would take you as a short person any day of the
Really?
week. Yeah, 100%. I thought you'd be like 5'6", 5'7" at 15.
Well, I mean, I was 2 years ago.
Mate, I was about 5'6", 5'7", I think, when I was like 18. So I haven't even hit 6 foot yet. So you're taller than me. That is depressing.
Dear.
I'm so sad.
That is depressing.
That is so depressing. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
And then,
but yeah,
as,
well,
as
the
for the
rest of
second
question.
colour, the second part of the question, not the second colour. The yellow, I came across purely by chance. I was just looking through Photoshop while trying to design this logo, and I was just flicking through some colours, and I saw the yellow, and I was like, that's pretty unique. I haven't seen that used on YouTube before. Since then, I discovered Chain Bear, but, like, yeah, I hadn't seen it used on YouTube before, and I was like, that's pretty unique, so I'll use this, and, I mean, it's done me well. It's I think it's a nice colour.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it depends.
Very nice. No, it's a good choice. Good choice. Yeah, we've got a couple of people with yellow now. I mean, I occasionally use yellow, but I don't really have a specific colour that I go with. Because you've got yellow that you go with specifically. Josh uses yellow specifically. And then there's like Tomo uses pink. And then that's about it really, isn't it? People that are specific colours. But you can move that forward with your channel progression as such. But
Yeah.
on to the fourth question. At Byron on Instagram said, if you were in charge of the F1 schedule, what tracks would you include? Now, obviously, I'm not going to make you pick like 20 of them, but if you give us sort of maybe your top 3. And he did say in the comment that you can't say Silverstone. I don't know why, but apparently Byron has decided that you're not allowed to say Silverstone. So 3 tracks that you would have on the calendar. Definitely. What are you picking?
3 tracks.
Go on.
Okay, so, I mean, in light of the recent events with F1 trying to build a track in the middle of the forest, I'm gonna just go against it and say I would like to have the normal Brazilian track on the calendar, Interlagos.
Yes.
Such a good track. I love doing it on like F1 games, and it's such a good end to the season. At this point I would have said Silverstone, but seeing as I'm not allowed, I'll have to say Monza. Yep. Monza's another one of my favourites.
Nice.
Just, I mean, because of the environment, it's the temple of speed.
If we say this is like completely imaginary, would you have the new Monza or the old Monza?
What, you mean the old Monza with the banking?
With the banking, yeah.
Now that is an absolute beast of a track. I really, really like the banking. I know it would never pass the F1 safety standards, but I would definitely have it with the banking.
Yeah.
And for the final track, I'd say Spa. It's got to be Spa. I mean,
Gotta be Spa.
It's just such a nice, cool track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, therefore you don't have to give any reasoning for Spa. It's just sick in general, isn't it? Such a good track.
It is Spa.
Such a good track. Such a good track. And the final question, at Magic SpongeBob, just wants to clear up, are you a truck?
Hang on, let me just check. No.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad we cleared that up. So there we are. That is the... Right, fantastic question to end that off there. Thank you, Magic SpongeBob. But that is it for this episode of the ChatterBox podcast. Thank you very much for being on here, JW, and I hope you... JWF1, sorry. I hope you did enjoy yourself, mate.
Yeah, it's been nice being on. I think my dog's barking in the background now, which is nice. But
that's all right. We love a bit of pet interaction. That's fine.
We do. I would bring her in, but it sounds like she's outside and potentially digging a hole, so I wouldn't bring her into my bedroom, which has a carpet.
Yeah, but, probably for the best though.
Yeah. It's been the first time I've been on anything like any podcast that's been like this length. I mean, we tried to do that F1 Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing, but that was just like 20 minutes of death. And
it wasn't the most successful.
So yeah, this is the first time I've really, really been on anyone else's channel for a long time. So it's been fun.
Nice, mate. Yeah, mate. It was lovely to talk to you because we never had a proper. Like, obviously, we've been involved in stuff and we've been in game chat on Project Cars 2 and stuff, but we never actually had a properly sit down conversation.
Yeah.
So it was lovely to
game
speak to you.
chat goes well.
Yeah, game chat isn't the most deep diving chat, is it? It's sort of more just
Yeah.
chatting shit at everyone. But there we are.
It's just shouting at people.
Yeah, basically, just getting very angry at other races, isn't it? But yeah, if you haven't, sorry, thank you very much for being on it, JW. If you haven't gone down and subscribe to JWF already, then you need to go and do so. Obviously, his links are going to be in the description, so make sure you go and click all of those and do all the stuff that you need to do. Support him, support me, support everyone. Have a good time on YouTube. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching another episode of the ChatterBox podcast, and I'll see all of you meerkats later. Goodbye, guys.